Welcome to the MSAR pilot. This is the ER and user training. Today, we will be covering part 2, using the mobile app. The ER and user training is comprised of 3 parts. Part 1 gives you an overview of the MSAR application and how to access the portal and how to download and install the mobile app. Part 2 covers details on how to use the mobile app to complete a DDIR, and then Part 3 covers how to use the portal, which provides you details on how to complete your DDIR and submit it for approval. In this session, we will be covering details on how to use the mobile app. Before we get too far, I want to share with you different ways on how to get help with the MSAR application. Your first point of contact is your supervisor. He or she has been trained on how to use the MSAR application and is familiar on how it supports the emergency relief program. The other thing you can do is you can access the MSAR support site, which is a public SharePoint site which provides information on how to use the mobile app and the portal, and it provides FAQs and quick tips. You may also send an email to msarsupport@dot.gov. This email address is being reviewed by subject matter experts and the application owners, and they will help you with any questions or issues that you have. Let's look at the system overview again. You might have seen this diagram in a previous video. This is the overall structure of the MSAR application, and today we are going to cover the mobile piece, which basically involves the mobile workforce that is out in the field doing site inspections with their tablets and smartphones. These users have the MSAR application installed on their devices, and they are able to enter DDIRs from the field, including taking pictures, notating the GPS location of the site, even when they are offline. The MSAR application supports Apple and Android smartphones and tablets, and we also support Windows 8 tablets. Before we get too far, I want to make sure that you are able to follow me and the exercises on your mobile device. So you must have the app installed on the mobile device. You must have also logged into the app within the last 60 days, and you must have internet access if this is the first time that you're using the mobile app. If you have answered no to any of these 3 conditions, please stop and review Part 1 MSAR Overview and Access. That video training will provide you details on how to gain access to the MSAR application and also how to download and install the app. When you do have the app and you install it, when you double click on it and load it, you will notice that the application is broken down into 3 different sections. The first section is this navy blue, almost black bar at the top. This is the menu bar, and it is going to change depending on what page you have open on the application. In this case, we have the main screen open, and the menu bar is going to show me the support link, a link to terms of use, and a logout button. If I am in a different part of the application, then these buttons will be different. I do want to mention a couple of things about the logout button. This particular feature is beneficial when you are sharing a mobile device. So for example, if you have several people using the same iPad, you will want to make sure that you log in using your credentials and that when you are done submitting all your reports to the server, that you use the logout button so that you can hand over the iPad or tablet to somebody else. A quick thing to note about logout is that if you click on the logout button, you will need internet access to log back into the application. So if you are out in the field with limited access to a cellular network or to Wi-Fi, then you will not want to click on the logout button. The next section of the application allows you to enter the default information for all your DDIRs. This includes selecting the event, which is really dependent on any active events that are associated with your agency at this point in time. Then you will need to select a county, and that is the county where the sites are located. And then you would need to enter a report type, in which case it will always be DDIR for you. Next, we have a Create Report button, which will allow you to create the DDIR. The last section of the application displays the status on the saved reports. As you can see, we have 0 reports saved on this device. This section also provides a link to view all those reports, and it provides you a link to upload all the reports to the server. So if you were out in the field and you created 10 DDIRs while you were offline, when you get back to Wi-Fi access, you simply open the application and you can click on this Upload All link to send all the reports and any associated pictures up to the server. So let's take a look at the main steps of entering a DDIR. When you get to the main screen, you will select the event. In this example, the event that I'm working against is the Texas April 2016 storms and flooding. When I select that event, the agency and state are populated, and then I will select the county that I'm in and the report type, and then I click on Create Report. So let's go through a couple of things before I show you how to do this on an iPad. Here's a sample sheet of the information that you will need when you're out in the field. So the first thing is you need to know what event you're entering your reports against. The next thing is you will need to understand exactly how your agency is tracking the naming convention for each of the reports. In Texas, they track reports with the district, a county, and the site. So for example, District 13, County 008, and this is site number 1. If you had multiple sites and one road, then that would be like 01, 02, 03, and those would be 3 reports of 3 damaged sites across the same road. Then the facility name will be something like University Boulevard, and the facility number will be FM 1431. Generally speaking, when you're out in the field, you will need to enter a repair detail, and we are asking that you submit as best you can an estimate on the overall repair. Then, when you get back to the office and you access the portal, you can break it down into more detailed sections. So for the initial pass, go ahead and enter a high-level estimate, and you can enter 1 or 2 or 3 line items depending on the different projects that you see might be needed, and then you can enter lump sum amounts for each one of those costs. When you do finalize everything on the portal, you will need to have a detailed repair estimate, and you can attach it to the DDIR so that when you submit it for approval, the approvers are able to see exactly what will be needed to run those repairs. Okay, let's go ahead and show you how this is done on my iPad. I'm going to display my iPad on screen. Here's the application on my iPad. As you can see, I'm on the main screen, and I have selected the Texas April 2016 storms and flooding. For me, I do have access to two separate events that I can enter data against. The Texas April tornado was not in my area, so that is outside of the scope of what I am currently working on. The county that I will be doing my inspections in is Austin, but I can select any of the other ones listed. Now, I did want to make a quick note that for counties, the counties are listed with the federal identification code and then the county name. So Austin, for example, has a FIPS code of 15, and you will see 15-Austin as the name. This list is only going to show you the counties that are impacted by the specific disaster. And I have already selected DDIR as the report type. Now from the main screen, I am able to view my saved reports, and as you can see, I do have one that's already listed. Let's go back to my home screen, and let's go ahead and click on Create Report. When I create the report, I next need to enter the sub-applicant name. In this case, it's going to be Austin County. And the report name is going to be the district, the county, and then the site. In this case, I am making an update to site 9. The congressional district that I am in is district number 10. And the facility name is FM 1093. The mile number is 63. And I can go ahead and enter the latitude and longitude by doing one of a couple of things. First, I can click on Launch Map. Especially if I have Wi-Fi access, I will get access to this map, and I can open the map and double click on a spot, and that'll provide me the latitude and longitude for that location. If I don't have internet access, I will need to use my device coordinates. So I click on Use Device Coordinates, and that will just provide the GPS, the latitude and longitude of my GPS chip. If you are out in the field and you don't have a true GPS chip in your tablet, then you might not be able to get a latitude and longitude reading. No worries, when you get back to the office, you can use the portal and the interactive map to find the location of the damages and enter, and it will calculate the GPS for you. In the state of Texas, we do not need to enter facility data. However, this is a state-by-state insight, so your state leaders will be able to determine whether you should enter this information or not. In this case, we're not. And I am not covering any bridges, so I will not need to enter bridge ID or type. One quick note on the application, the little question marks are actually provide tips and tricks on what to enter in the individual fields. So if you tap on them, you should see the message displayed, and then you can tap off of it, and that'll take that message away. Next, I need to enter the description and cause of damage. Pavement was completely broken up after being submerged in flood waters. The voice-to-text features is available on most tablets and smartphones. On Apple devices, if you currently do not have this feature turned on your phone, I can show you how to do that. Simply click on the home screen to go back to your home screen, and then you can click on Settings. And then on the left-hand side, you will want to select General, and on the right-hand side, you want to select Keyboard. The bottom option under Keyboard will show you Enable Dictation. Make sure that that is turned on so that you can get the voice-to-text feature that I just showed you. It helps, and it saves a lot of time. To get back to the MSAR application, you can click twice on your home button, and then scroll through your open applications and click on the MSAR app, and that'll return you back to the application. The next thing I need to do is enter a scope of work for the repairs. And this is a general statement as to what needs to be done to repair the road. Repair the pavement and close the road temporarily. Okay, then the next thing that I will do is add photos to the application. And if I click on camera, it will actually enable my camera, and I can take as many pictures as I need. If I click on use photo, it'll use that one, or if I need to retake the picture for whatever reason, I can dump this one and take a new picture. In this case, I'm going to use this photo, and as you can see, it'll add a thumbnail of the picture on my report. I also have the ability to browse my gallery and add any pictures that I might have saved in that location. Now keep in mind that when you're using MSAR, all the pictures that are taken through the application are saved within the MSAR application, which is a secure encrypted location. There's a couple of more things that I want to share with you with regards to that. But let's go ahead and click on Moments, and as you can see, if I want to upload a picture from my gallery, I have the opportunity to do so, and then I can click on the picture that I want, and it will add that picture. It'll pull it from the gallery and add it to my MSAR application. In this case, I don't have any, so I'm going to click on Cancel. If you, for whatever reason, don't go through attaching the photo, you will get an alert that says that it was not attached. Now there's a couple of things that I want to mention about the pictures. Typically, when you have a mobile device and you take a picture, the pictures can be anywhere between 3 and 8 megs in size, which are very, very big. With the MSAR application, we are optimizing those images so that the size is around 1 meg. And this is going to benefit you because you're not going to be sitting there waiting for all of these huge pictures to get pushed up to the server. The other benefit of that is because we're maintaining the picture size as smaller, you are able to attach multiple pictures to any report, and we actually don't limit the number of pictures. So typically we would see anywhere between 5, maybe 20 pictures associated with any one report. So if you think about it, if you're out in the field without access to the internet, and you create 10 DDIRs and you add anywhere between 5 and 10 pictures each, you could end up with 100 pictures or 100 megs worth of data that get pushed up to the server. So that is a lot of data, and because of that, we have made the application so that it sends the data first, the report first, and then it queues up these pictures to be sent as they can in the background. Okay, the last thing I wanted to mention about the pictures is that the MSAR application will emboss each picture with the report number, the GPS location of the photo, and then the date and time that the picture was taken. That way, if you were to download the pictures from the portal and print them out or do something else with them, you will always know what report they are supposed to be associated with. Okay, so now that we have added a picture, the next thing is to add details on the repairs. Please note that you will need to enter a repair detail, either an emergency or for permanent restoration, in order to submit the report to the server. In this case, we only have emergency repairs. And the first one is to remove and replace the pavement. Remove and replace pavement. And this is going to be a lump sum, and the unit price is $75,000. Quantity is 1. Again, when you're out in the field, the general idea is to provide high-level estimates. You can refine them later on the portal itself. And then the next repair that I want to add is for the emergency closure. Emergency closure for 1 lane for 4 weeks. Emergency closure for 1 lane for 4 weeks. And again, this is a lump sum. It's $25,000 and quantity is 1. Save repair. Okay, so we have those 2 line items, and as you can see, the total estimated emergency repair is $100,000. And then this is going to be from state and local. And that pretty much is everything that we need to enter on this DDIR. So let's go ahead and click on Save. That will allow me to save it on my local device. Now notice that I have 2 reports here. And I notice that the first report does not have a report name, so I will want to go in and edit that one. And as you can see, I haven't entered hardly any information. I do have a picture, but nothing else. So let me go ahead and click on Cancel, and I want to delete that report from my device. So all I need to do is click on Delete. And okay, so I have 1 report here, which I can submit individually by clicking on the Upload All button, or I can open the report, make changes, and submit it from there. So let me go ahead and click on Upload All, and the report and the picture is now submitted to the portal. So as you can see, there are 0 reports left on this device, and I am pretty much done with my site inspection. So let's cover a couple of key things before we wrap up. One of the things to know is whether you should save a report on the local device or upload it to the server. The first question is, do you have internet access? If you do not have internet access, then you absolutely want to save all the reports locally. And the other thing you might want to do is put your device on airplane mode so that you save as much battery as you can. If you do have internet access, the next question is, do you have a good signal? Are you on Wi-Fi or do you have 2 or 3 bars on the cellular network? If the answer is that you have Wi-Fi, then yes, go ahead and upload all reports to the server. If you do not have a good Wi-Fi signal, or even a good cellular signal, maybe you have 3 bars or less, then you might consider uploading individual reports if they are critical. And if not, you will most likely be better off saving all the data locally and then submitting to a server when you have a fast, reliable connection. This is going to make your life a ton easier. Well, that wraps up part 2 of the ER end user training for the MSAR pilot. Please join me in part 3, where we will cover how to finalize your DDIR on the server and how to submit it for approval. Thank you.